it's me, Angelica Cheyenne, aka the Chocolate Diva. I am here with
Neosoul Nurd.
And this is the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. Stay tuned. Happy Friday, everybody. It's me, Angelica Cheyenne, aka the Chocolate Diva, and I'm back once again bringing you the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. Now, I am so happy to be back with you guys because I have a special treat. As always, I have I would say she's one of my favorite underground artists with me. We are all set up here. Our lives are still intact. If you were here pre-show, then you understand what I'm talking about. However, I just wanted to say that I welcome you back once again. Neosoul Nurd, how you doing, girl?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am fabulous. You look so cute.
Thank you, girl. You look cute too. You know.
Thank you. You looking all Cali chilling, comfortable per usual.
You know. Gotta keep up for the city. I did not feel like getting dressed up.
But you still rocking it, so I love that.
Thank you. I like your Adidas dress. It's real cute.
Oh, girl, you
chic.
like that? Yeah. Oh, okay. I love it. It's actually just a couture, but it do look like Adidas.
Yes.
It do.
Adidas.
Okay, so I just want to say that in the year that I've met you, I feel like you have really just evolved. You were dope before, but now I see so much growth, like spiritually, emotionally, musically.
That's all we gotta do. Just grow, evolve.
Oh,
that's just the main thing I'm trying to do out here.
I love it. We actually got connected through another artist. He had reached out to me about you, Westcoast Collective.
Yes.
And when I heard her music, I mean, he's someone I know very well. He's a part of my family. I was like, okay, let me check it out. I just was with it all the way. So about a year ago, I had you on the show. Now you're back.
Yes.
So we're going to hop into all of this wonderfulness you got going on this year.
I'm ready for you.
Okay. So normally what I like to do is I like to have an icebreaker, if you will. I like to have like just something for the people to get to know about the artist and, you know, get everybody real comfortable. I decided to change it up. Normally I do Fun Fact Friday, but I wanted to do something special with you called Flip It Friday.
Flip it.
Flip it real good. So it goes a little something like this. What is an old school song that you would want to flip, remix, redo? I know you're a lover of old school. If you could take any old school jam and remake it your own, which would it be and why?
Alicia Myers. I want to thank you, Heavenly Father.
Give us a taste, girl.
I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. Like, I love that song. Like, it's just so like melodic and like so many. Theophilus London actually sampled it in a song recently, and I heard it, but I was like, it still ain't remixed enough. Like, I still want to sample, use some of the lyrics. Like, it's just one of my mom's favorite songs, so that's why I want to do it. So
how would you do it? Like, if someone was like, okay, on the spot, show me how you want to make it.
Like, it would just be like, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. Like, it was
oh my God. I feel like I was in the trap in at church. I love it. Okay, I rock with that heavy. I actually want that to come into fruition.
Yeah.
For real.
It will. It actually will. So I'm excited.
I'm happy for that. Now, you were with Westcoast Collective. Last time y'all was here, I practically called y'all the Migos.
Yes.
The Neosoul Migos.
Offset here.
Right. So I have to ask, are you guys still a group?
We're still a group, but we're on pause. Everybody's working on their individual projects right now. We're just, we're still family. And that's all that matters. Like, we still contact each other. We still talk shit to each other. So
keep it PG-13, girl.
Sorry, kids.
Sugar, honey, iced tea.
Yeah. We still talk mess to each other. So we're still a family. We're just all working on just growing within ourselves. And I feel like that's more important right now than putting out collective music. Everybody needs to be on their own one accord and on their solid footing. So we're going to get back to it. I feel it like. We just had to talk about that the other day. So y'all might get more new music sooner than you thought.
Right. So you guys just took a little hiatus as a group.
Yes.
Was it anything other beside you just like were seeing other avenues of how you guys can grow individually?
No, it was just like everybody was going through their individual thing at the moment, and everybody needed space. And I respect space so much. So I'm like, you know, you got your thing going on. Let's figure you out right now. Let's heal you up. Yes. And then we can come back together, because the stronger the unit, the stronger the music, the stronger the evolve. So
yes,
we getting it together. I miss my people, but we gonna get it together.
I respect that wholeheartedly, because a lot of times when groups disband or break up, immediately people think it's for negative reasons.
Yeah.
It simply could just because people want to grow individually and learn themselves. And that's good. I'm glad that you support each other.
Yes.
So like strongly.
Yes, that's what we have to do.
Right.
Because there's too many people in the industry now trying to pit each other against each other, and I believe in unity. So we gonna get back to it. Right now everybody just, you know, needs to zen out and woosah. So it's okay.
No, that's definitely what's up. So, in terms of your name, Neosoul Nurd, Miss Neosoul if you're nasty.
Yeah. Nerd. Call me Nerd, Miss Neosoul if you're nasty.
Yes. The last time you were here, you were going by LA Nerd, and you broke that down. So give people a refresher, if you will.
Okay, so when I first came out, I was LA Nerd, standing for Los Angeles Nerd, repping my city. And I don't know, recently I just been going through a metamorphosis. And if you look at the word neo means new. And then soul, of course, your soul. So I wanted to like evolve, like in a sense. So I was like, okay, new soul nerd. Practically, I'm not a new soul, but I'm evolving and I'm growing. And I don't want to limit myself to my city anymore. Like, I want to expand, but I still want to keep that LA sound. Right. And people in LA know me. And what's funny, people on Twitter actually picked that name for me.
Oh, for real?
They was like, we've been calling you that. So I'm like, I'm just calling you that. I'm like, oh, okay. You know? So I'm just going to take a page from people who are around me that notice stuff, and I'm just going to go with it. And I love it. I was like harsh against it. I was like, no, I'm going to stay LA Nerd. And then it just kind of was placed on me. So I was like, okay, let me accept this change.
I mean, I respect it, and it's cool that you were that open to that. I know people from LA are hardcore LA. They rep it to the day they die. It's like, look, I'm from here. This is what I am. This is what I know. So when you decided that you wanted to be everywhere and not just marginalized to the city of LA, was there any pushback from like LA residents feeling like you were, you know, not being prideful enough?
It was a little hateration up in this dancery, okay?
Right.
It was a little hateration. People was like, no, a close friend of mine was like, no, that's who you are, like you're LA. And I'm like, but LA, if anything, LA will come with me. And I didn't want to be like, this is my city, I'm going to stay in my city, because there's so many different people in my city. I can't represent them all. I can, but I can't.
Yes.
So why not be fluid and expand? That's the point of music, is to transcend. So I was like, you know, they gave me a rough time, but, you know, it's kind of like if you love it, you don't.
Right.
It's just me.
Right.
That's how you got to do.
Now, you're from South LA.
Yes.
Okay. So shouts out South LA. How did the South LA region mold you in your music?
Just being, I'm from Leimert Park specifically. That's an art and cultural hub. Like, that's the center. That's black love right there. So that molded me to just seeing different walks of life, seeing different type of artists, seeing different type of art in itself, just people in general. And it molded me to be a well-rounded person. To accept, okay, you may not walk like me, you may not talk like me, but you are part of me. And that part, I take that with me. And not only that, I stay 2 minutes away from Crenshaw District. Shout out Crenshaw.
Right.
You know, and like just seeing those type of people and having friends from that district and from other districts, it just really made me open. And I love the fact that it made me open, because now that I'm older, it's like, all right, you're kind of one of a kind now, like, where you don't find everybody's so standoffish and like set in their ways, they don't want to know. But I'm like, oh, what can I learn? Oh, who can I meet? Like, so I love Leimert Park. LP forever. LP forever.
I think the most wonderful part about you being from LA and then indulging as a neo-soul artist and creating music for that genre is that I feel like the West Coast doesn't have significant amounts of neo-soul artists that we can have represent us.
Yes.
Because while you're speaking for, you know, common themes like love and heartbreak, you also represent LA and merging the two together. Like putting an LA swag on your soul, which is really dope. Now, if you break down the term neo-soul, it basically means new soul music, R&B. So for you, what does neo-soul mean to you?
It means love. It means light. It means heartbreak. It means falling in love again with yourself. It means going through the motions and accepting your emotions. Like neo-soul, growing up on neo-soul, it taught me to be vulnerable. And a lot of people don't know how to be vulnerable. So it's like, I take that with pride. Like, this is the genre, if anything, I'm meant to do. Yeah. So I can open people back up to feeling whatever they're feeling. Because a lot of people right now are just kind of like statuesque, if we could say that. Like, they don't want to give their emotions up. But I'm here to tell y'all gonna feel something.
For real.
Y'all gonna feel something.
Right. Do you consider yourself to be a vulnerable person anyway?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am sensitive. I am a sweetheart sensitive, okay? But that's changed a little bit over time, but I'm still, like, open. Like, my friends can tell you, I'm going to be the one to cry. I'm going to be the one to scream. I'm going to be the one to laugh because I feel like there's beauty in that. It's the most human thing. So that's just part of me.
I think that's an amazing definition. I feel like you hit all the key points. And, of course, define it for yourself. Do you feel like that neo-soul is becoming somewhat of a secret gift, if you will? Yeah. Almost like there's tons of neo-soul artists, but they're not as mainstream or as revered as past artists,
I was just watching an Ari Lennox interview, and she was talking about that. And it's like, we're on the rise. Like, that emotion is coming back into music, and I'm so in love with it. With artists like her, SZA, Ari Lennox, Ro James, like, it's just like so many. Like, it's our time, and like, it don't take, like, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but it takes a special type of person to be a singer and at that a neo-soul artist. Yes, it takes a certain type of soul you have to have. So it's like, those who are mainstream now are becoming mainstream, and those who are trying to be mainstream, keep going. Like, it's a beautiful thing. I love it.
I think it's so amazing you said that, because I do totally agree. I feel like you have your R&B singers and you have your neo-soul singers. And I feel like our neo-soul singers are at a level of wokeness, if you will. As cliche as it sounds, they're very woke spiritually, intellectually. It's like they have a higher sense of self. And they love to share that with the world, which is amazing, because it's like they take us on these journeys. And it's just like you traveling in the world. It's like epic, you know?
Like, it's able to transcend, to still be on that R&B level of like, I love you, whoop, whoop, whoop. And at the same time, like, oh, but here's your consciousness.
For real. Very conscious. And that's what I love. And how did you know, because I know a lot of singers who can sing, they sing everything, but how did you know that neo-soul music was like your niche? Like, you know?
It just came naturally. Okay. Grew up singing in the church, singing around the house. Tried to do R&B music like middle school, high school, and I realized, I was like, girl, like, you're too deep for that.
No shade, no tea.
You're no shade, no tea. Right. You're too deep for that. Like, you kind of understand the level of self that most people at 16, 17 and up don't even know until they're older. Right. So it's kind of like you have to walk in your light and walk in your path. And I didn't have any rejection of it. I was like, you know what? One day me and Elle got to the studio. Shout out to Crew. We got in the studio and it just flowed. So ever since then, it's just been an amazing journey.
Do you think that this level of maturity was something that was always brewing within you, or was it something that you acquired by, you know, maybe surrounding yourself with older people, listening to old school music, if you will?
It was both. Okay. So I had a sense of maturity growing up, but I was still like, how can I say this? I was still wanting to do immature things.
You want to do
I wanted to do bad things with my good bad friends. So I wanted to drive a boat. Let me drive a boat. So I was like, growing up, like my friends always knew she was the deep one, but at the same time, you're 16, you're 17, you're like, man, I don't have to be that serious till I'm like 40, 50. And then life started hitting me. And I was like, oh, I need to grow up fast. and like come into myself fast enough so I won't be lost. Like a lot of people, no shade, no tea.
Yes.
But a lot of people out here running lost, and I didn't want that for myself. And then also having mature friends my age and older siblings, older cousins, my mom, my dad. So it was just like it was like you had to level up real quick. Level up.
Right. I think that's amazing that you say that you still acknowledge that even though you had this air of awareness about yourself, you were still young.
Yeah.
So, I mean, inevitably, you make young mistakes.
Yes.
Just from being, there's only so much you can know at that age. We've all been there.
Exactly.
And even with getting to know you and having discussions we have, like, you have a lot of experience.
Right.
And the fact that you learn from that is the best part.
Exactly.
Like, I like the fact that you can learn and then you can transcribe that into a song that we can all relate to.
Yes.
Like,
that is my job.
Yes. She is my soul sister for real.
Yes.
Now, your music, from what I listen to, like with Overload and different music, I feel like your style is the same, but you've kind of changed it up just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yes.
So, how has your music transformed over your duration of your journey?
I am not so much trappy anymore. I'm kind
Define that.
So I'm no longer like Migos. I need a Migos beat, and I'm gonna be soulful over a Migos beat.
For real.
I'm more of I need chill. I need a vibe, and there's a difference between like having a beat that's like hitting, and then there's a vibe. I always want to give somebody a vibe because that's how you reach people. But it just changed over time. I think it just grew with like me getting older.
Right.
And I was just like, hey, everybody's making trap music now.
It's the way.
It's the way.
Yeah.
Let me just be real with myself. Let me sing my oohs and ahs like I'm supposed to. Instead of like,
Let me stop playing with y'all.
Exactly. I can actually sing.
For real. Now, when you said that you differentiate between music that's trappy and a vibe, like specifically to you, what's like a vibe type sound?
So a vibe type sound is like maybe some bass, some cool low bass. Maybe a hi-hat, a hard-hitting hi-hat, but not enough. I like to follow rhythms of the heart a lot.
Look, she breaking it down.
Yeah.
She breaking down the instrumentation.
The
like,
way your heart beats, I like to variate off of that a lot. I love that sound, like a heartbeat. I'm weird like that, y'all.
No, Edgar Allan Poe assist.
Exactly. And just variate off of that. Also, I noticed a lot lately in my music, I'm using a lot of instrumentation. So a lot of like guitar, a lot of bass, a lot of violin, synths, strings. I like those type of sounds growing up because I'm a musical girl. So I like to hear those type of things. So that's just the way it's been going. And honestly, I didn't think people were going to react the way they reacted when I dropped this type of new music. I thought they were going to be like, all right, girl. Yeah. You trying to be Janae. You trying to be her.
Yes.
And oddly enough, people been like, it's a vibe. Like, you really are reaching us. And I'm like, all right, I'm doing something right. Let me keep going.
Yes.
So, but it's all about experimentation too at the same time. I'm never trying to keep myself in a box. So, Cruel, she may, pull out a beat and be like, I think this is the one. And I'm like, let's give it a go.
Yes.
But let's, add a little more string or something in there. And it comes out beautifully. So it's just been a beautiful journey. I can't stop smiling about it. Like,
I mean, it's radiant. Like, I can feel it emanating off of you. And that just is a testament to your passion for your craft, which I think is essential. And I feel like the artists who are the most passionate are the most successful.
Yes. Oh,
yes.
From your lips to God's ears.
all my good vibes going your way, but I do sense that your passion is very evident.
Yes.
And I do feel like you are good at incorporating new with old. Like, in regards to your love for instrumentation, growing up, who were the artists that you listened to who you felt had some of the best instrumentation that you emulated yourself after?
I love jazz. I love jazz. So some Miles Davis, some Coltrane. That gets me right there in my feelings, and I'm sitting there like, okay, how am I going to change the world today? But just Billie Holiday, Nina Simone, Bessie Smith. I think that's her name, Bessie Smith.
Yes.
Ma Rainey. I've been listening to a lot of old music, like 20s.
Vintage
music.
Yes.
So it's like, hearing them and hearing how all they had was a drummer and a guitarist, and there's just their voice.
Yeah.
and they moved people and have a legacy to this day. So I try to keep that simplicity a little bit. Like, let's take it back a little bit without these synths and these boards and these sounds, and let's see what we can come up with. And it's been fun. Don't get me wrong. I still love my synths. I still love my boards.
Yeah.
I like to take it back and keep it like to real music.
Right.
Like that feel good.
I think that's the beauty of it, and that's what you call raw talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the artists that you just mentioned have pure. Their voice box was their instrument. Like,
right.
the things that they can do with their vocal cords, I'm just like, God bless you. Like, for real, it's crazy. And I do see that raw talent in you. I mean, you just broke out into, like, a whole redo of a classic song.
I'm just going to be real. Like, I had a long night last night. Shout out to Willie. Shout out to Willie, my best friend. She had her birthday party, and we was just living it up. And I woke up this morning like, I got a radio show. But I'm going to still break out in something. So.
Right. I didn't even take no coke. She's like, girl, let me show you. For real though. But like, in return to the vibes of the new music that you have out now, like, what other vibes are you serving us with this new heat?
This new heat, I'm serving elevation. I'm serving reassurance, self-assurance, confidence. Not so much dependent on other people. I want people to realize there's an independent side of me, and that I'm not so codependent on love.
Right.
And also, honestly, going through this journey of self-love, like when the last time we talked, we had overload. Yes. I just got over a breakup, and I can say honestly, in a year, I had to do some soul work and do some soul searching, and it's been coming off in everything that I do. So when you self-heal, it's just like, what are the topics you talk about now? Like, you talk about that self-healing because there's somebody going through that doesn't know how to navigate. Yeah. So.
I mean, I think it's great, and it's a great way to help, especially young girls, because for some reason, I think most of us have encountered heartbreak at a tender age of like 16, 17, that range, that teenage years where you're like so head over heels, and then you just struck with grief. when that babe just ain't acting right, it's a different type of hurt than I feel like you feel when you mature and you begin to know yourself.
My friends of mine been going through it. And I feel so for them because I'm like, I never knew you guys. Like, you guys are so, and they're like, no, like, she broke my heart. She broke my heart. And I'm like, oh my God, like, baby, give me a hug. I feel like Eliana, like, give me a hug, beloved. I'm going to figure this out. Like,
right. Oh, shout out to Ayala. She be fixing some stuff. But,
girl.
But I like how you distinguish between self-assurance and reassurance. So break that down for you. What does that mean?
So reassurance is codependent. Usually you get it from an object, another person, maybe another source. Like, for example, if I talk to you and I'm like, I'm having a bad day, you're like, no, today's a good day. That's reassurance. Now, self-assurance is the power within yourself to have that reassurance of yourself, if that makes sense. So instead of me being like, okay, hey, I'm having a bad day to my friend, I could be like, I'm having a bad day. But you know what, it's going to be a positive day, and I'm telling myself that throughout the day. And I think a lot of people get confused. And a lot of people start to become codependent when really you have everything. My mom told me this the other day, and I'm going to quote you. Shout out, Mommy.
Yes.
You have everything God placed in you to be you and to handle you in the right sense that nobody else can handle you. Because at the end of the day, you're here by yourself. It's a sad truth. Right. Nobody wants to believe it, but we come in by ourselves unless you're a twin.
People, one come first.
One comes first. Like, you come into this world by yourself and you leave by yourself. And I think a lot of people are fear of being lonely. I know I have that fear of being like alone, but I had to tackle that, and I was like, the self-assurance every day.
So for you, what has transpired in your life that has inspired new music that you're creating?
Losing old friends, gaining better ones.
Losing or cutting off?
Both.
Right.
Both, because sometimes it's a fallout and it just happens naturally, and sometimes it's necessary. Gaining new friends and, like, how can I say this? Building up even old friendships that you already had and transpiring them to a new level. I have so much love for my small group of friends I have now. And I didn't have that at first. I had a whole bunch of friends.
Yeah.
And little by little, God showed me, like, these are the people you need in your corner. And not only that, meeting new people, dating, not dating, dating myself, being mad at myself, just family things going on, just personal things going on. It's shaped and, like, it's starting to manifest through it. And I want people to know, like, that's my purpose, like, to let people know that you can heal, you can be all right, and everything will, it's a light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. It is. Like, nobody thinks so, but it is.
Yes.
So.
There's always a lesson at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And it's good that you acknowledge, because, like, I hear a lot of kids as they get older who are part of the younger generation, friendship is a big deal because social media is a big deal. Yes. And so I've read articles about, you know, people who are a few years younger than us, we're not going to remember our age, but they feel like they're lonely or they don't have the friends that they should have because they always are seeing these big groups of people on social media.
It even affects people our age and older. Yeah. Like, I know I had a situation where I'm like, I kept telling my mom, I want to go here, I want to go here, I wish I had this type of friend, I wish I had these type of friends. And she kind of told me, you got what you got, make it work. And like, and it's not like make it work, like settle. But like, you have everything you need. Your life is not going to be like everybody else's. So take the joy in what you have. And once I started doing that, I started saying, okay, my friend, like, she do got that dope quality I like. Okay, I got that dope quality. Oh, he just came into the group. Okay, cool. Like, he's a necessary asset. People take for granted what they have, and people also don't appreciate what they have. Like, we always want something new and shiny. Like, no, sometimes what you have is what you have, and appreciate it. Because that's where the love comes from.
Oh, 100%.
That's where love comes from, man.
Yeah, and sometimes it's strength in numbers, but it's also some goodness in few. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right here. Okay.
All right. You know, I mean, I think the fact that you acknowledging, yes, circles may be small, but they sometimes can be the most beneficial to your health. Exactly. And to your success overall. Exactly. Because these are like a small group of people who really wish the best for you. Exactly. As opposed to a big group who may not.
Just going back to what I learned growing up from being heavily involved in church. Jesus had 12 disciples, but Peter, John, and Paul was his ride or die. That, like, especially Peter. Like, Peter is my guy. So, like, you can have a group of friends, but though it's always the small amount that helps you elevate to that next level. And I just look at even like the people we look up to. They don't have a lot of people around. They have a lot of people around, but they don't have a lot of people around. Yes. And I take lessons in that, and I'm like, okay, that's a smart move. Like, keep those people right there. Like,
I remember when I saw an interview with Taraji P. Henson, and she was discussing the same thing. She says she's very protective of her circle because she's a very big person on energy. And if it's negative or if it's an icky vibe or just something off, she blocks it out. So hence, she has a very select circle. And I always, like you stated before, there's a lot of artists and people who may have a lot of people, but their circle is like that tight. It's like small. So that's dope. So I actually want to take a break before we hop into your healing album. I'm going to play one of my favorite songs off the album, which actually has to be Depression. Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Just because of the whole vibes of the song. I mean, Anger was dope too, because that Pat Talker was on point. She came out there like, ooh. We got Island Gal.
We did.
But we're going to hop into Depression, and then we'll be back with more of Neosoul Nurd. And we are back. The song you just listened to was called Depression from the Healing album, #Healing. Yes. That was lit. I mean, it's sad. But it was still like, sad. It was sad. It was really sad. But it just speaks volumes to how you can take such a sensitive topic and still make a bop out of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So for your healing album, I feel like it was structured like Lemonade, but its rawness and realness reminded me of Khaleesi's Kaleidoscope album. Yes. You remember that album? Yes. Fun fact about that album, it was actually produced by the Neptunes, which consisted of Pharrell Williams, yes, the Pharrell Williams, and Chad Hugo, his partner. So how do you think neo-soul music aids in holistic healing?
It speaks to the soul. It speaks to the nature of your spirituality. I know when I hear like some Angie Stone or some Jill Scott, my spirit feels. And they can be talking about getting heartbroken, and I feel that, or they can be talking about uplifting themselves. You know who's really good at that? Lettucey.
Oh yes,
Lettucey is very good at doing that.
Yes.
Very good at doing that, and she's able to like get you through your emotions and transcend through that. So I think Neosoul and like your soul go in one. It's all in one. You can't have one without the other. Honestly.
I agree. I feel like you said, it's soul food. It's food for the soul. And like, it's good that you mentioned Lettucey, because I feel like Lettucey is completely underrated in regards to being considered like such an amazing artist. I mean, obviously she's revered, she's won awards, but I mean, she has a lot of great songs that just get you like, you know,
my mom had bought the Highness album.
Yes.
And that was like my first introduction to Lettucey. Oh my God, when I mean that CD got played out until it got scratched up.
Yes.
It got scratched up. I love that album. I love her. I just think like that she is just so, she needs more recognition. She needs like more, because she's like one of the staples in Neosoul music.
I agree.
She the pinpoint.
Right. Especially with her and overcoming so much.
Yes.
You know, she's endured a lot of pain and different abuse, and the fact that she can now just turn that into her music, and she has.
Exactly.
And has made so many relatable songs. It's amazing. So I do agree with you. Lettucey is really a dope artist. So why do you think it's important to be transparent in your music overall?
Because you want people, your audience, and the people that listen to you or even don't listen to you, you want them to understand kind of like who you are. We're all human. And at the same time, like, yeah, we could have this facade about us, but who really wants that in a world where Instagram and everybody's already fake? Why not be real with yourself and be real with others? That's just basically what it is. You want people to know who you are through your music, like.
And do you think, because there's a lot of pros and cons to social media, obviously it's great for independent artists like yourself, but it's also, it can work on your self-esteem and just your authenticity as a person. So do you feel like that is the reason people put on these masks, if you will? 'Cause I feel like people were much raw and realer before we had that. You know?
People see what other people have or going on in other people's lives, and they want that too. You can't help but naturally want that too. And I feel like people feel like they have to fake it till they make it, but really you have to feel it till you get it. Like you have to feel it till you feel it.
I like that. Like, hashtag feel it till you get it.
Feel it till you get it. Like, it's no more faking it till you make it, because when you make it, you miss the raw feeling of like how you could actually be in that emotion. Like, oh, it was cool. Like, that party was cool. We're deep down, like, you know, that party was live. I had so much fun. This happened, this happened, this happened. And I had so much fun versus, oh, it was chill.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
And I think that's what I love so much about you. And I'm going to shout out Cruel right now, her producer, because she's in the building.
Hey.
She's off camera chilling right now.
That bird call.
And she has a lovely manager here, Jador Chloe, with her. So, and the thing, we had an off-camera discussion while the music was playing and we were on break, and we are also animated. Even shout out my videographer, Duncan. Those behind the scenes.
We love him.
Yes, he is our soul brother now.
Soul brother.
I feel that we are also animated. And it could be because we are a little pre the digital era. But I do think that you and everyone in this room, I think, you especially, whenever I talk to you, because we've had conversation on multiple occasions, you're always so animated and so passionate. And it just reflects in, you know, your speech and your music.
You have to be.
Yeah, and the fact that you're like, look, it's cool, like, to be hyped. Like, you don't always have to be chill or, like,
I don't believe in, like,
not be expressive.
I am the person, and everybody's like that, I do not believe in faking it. Like, if I feel up something, I'm feeling something.
And she will express it.
And I will let you know.
Right.
Like, it's just so much beauty in that, and I think people don't understand the beauty in that. We have to get back to that, to realizing that emotions in life, and just that's the best part of life, is to be able to feel something. So that's just my take on it.
And do you think that's what's on the horizon? Because, like, you mentioned different Neosoul artists. There's so many. I mean, you have You have Xavier Omar, which I'm loving right now. You got my girl SZA all day, and you have Abra, and you have all these different amazing neo-soul artists that are very expressive and feeling and are igniting that emotion. Do you feel like because we've had the mundaneness of just the roboticism, if you will, of the internet and all these carbon copies on social media, do you think people are yearning to feel something now?
Yeah, I really do. Like, I feel like we've been so, like you said, mundane for so long. It's like now it's like a catalyst. It's a domino effect. Like, one person feels something, oh wow, I can relate to that. Okay, now I can feel something. Now he can feel something. It's a domino effect, and eventually it's gonna hit so many people. And I think that shout out to those artists that are actually making sure that people feel something. Right. Shout out to them. Like, keep doing it, guys. Like,
and I'm kind of like, I'm a little heartbroken because Brandy and Daniel Caesar just released a song. And even though I'm in love with Brandy, I always will be, and she's always been unproblematic for the most part.
Yes.
That whole Daniel Caesar situation, I don't know, because he still come up on my recommendations and in my playlist, and I don't know what to do about that situation.
I added his new album last night.
I don't know, because it's good. If it wasn't, I'll be like, okay,
I will say this, as a person, personally, Daniel Caesar, man, but musically, he's just he's so gifted. It's just like, okay, let me get a peek of it.
It's like that whole, like, separating the artist from the art situation.
But I know in so many topics you can't do that, and I agree to a certain extent you can't do that. So, I don't know, I'll probably delete it once I listen to it. Probably delete it.
But
it's so hard.
I had to take a pause because I'm gonna listen to the track because Brandy, which and I'm gonna listen to the album. But in regards to even like when it comes to life in general of people being expressive, I feel like we're seeing that, like, more so when you see people in interviews and shows, the coolness factor is dwindling, and people are feeling like the inclination to be more out there and expressive.
And I think it's because what's going on, especially what's going on in the world, so much is happening. You have to stand for something and you have to feel something, because if you don't, you're just part of the problem, if that makes sense. So if you want to be a solution, feel it.
Gotta feel it
till you get it.
Now, you also have 2 singles out right now, Manifesto and Love. I'm in love with both. Now, if you don't know what the term manifesto is, it's just a fancy word for a public declaration. And your song Manifesto, I feel like you were talking about your goals and what you want to achieve. And in Love, you were very open about your fears and qualms about it, but you still want it though. Which is cool, because it's like, I don't know, but I'm going to still hop in because I'm not going to let that deter me. So when it comes to you as an artist, we're going to talk more manifesto. What is your mission as an artist?
My mission, my purpose as an artist is to connect, to feel, to heal, and to like inspire. Yes. So when writing manifesto, funny story, if you guys watch my vlog number 2, I was in the studio with a great friend of mine, Tommy. Shout out to Tommy OTD.
Ah, Tommy!
Shout out to Tommy.
Yes.
And he just played me a beat off of YouTube. And like literally I just started feeling, because in that moment I'm so driven, because I feel like this mission in my life is so great. I want it to be great. So that song is literally me screaming at the world like, I got things to do. I got things to take down and get out the way, because you know what, I'm coming for you and I'm coming for everybody, like in the best sense possible. So I love that song. I didn't like it at first, but I love that song.
But it's so uplifting. It's not ever in a arrogant way.
Yes.
Like it's always, I know my capabilities. I'm confident in what I'm gonna do, and this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it. I
feel like it speaks to people, because right now we're in their 20s. People, especially people in their 20s, it can get discouraging. And I know we all want to be great and we all want to be something. So I know that feeling like I just want to leave my mark on the world. And it's like, even in the smallest way. So that's why I tried to transcend that in there. Like, I get it. Like, I hear y'all. Even if you're not 20, you're 30s and older, I get it. You just want to leave your mark on the world. And I'm here to tell you can do that. Like,
it's good that you have that mindset, but it's also like no one can prepare you for your 20s.
Yeah.
Like, you can visualize it, obviously, but nothing can really prepare you for what you will encounter as you mature.
My
and go
vision
through that,
of my
you know?
20s, I thought I was doing it.
Right, a house and cars.
And life hit me real fast. And hard. Several times.
Yeah.
But it's encouraged. It's important to know that you can still have what you visualize. You can still have it, and to also, it may not be to the extent that you want it to be, but you can visualize it and manifest it. That's why I manifested. I was like, I'm manifesting the life that I want.
Yes.
I'm manifesting the declaration that I want, and the aura I'm trying to give off. So, like I said, at first I did not like the song.
That's hilarious.
I didn't like the song. I was like,
as soon as I heard that first verse, I was like, I'm with it.
I was just like, I just don't like the song. And Chloe was like, put it out. Put it out.
After meeting her, I can see, she's that type, but it's worth it because she knows.
Yes,
like,
she knows her stuff, man.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff.
The thing I think I like most about you as a person, as an artist, is you have no conception of time.
No.
Like, you release it when you release, but not in a way where it's because you're trying to be like, oh, y'all not gonna tell me when to drop. But it's really like you take your time, and you don't believe in doing things on a certain time frame. Things will happen when they're happening. You're like the Frank Ocean of Neosoul right now. You are like Frank Ocean, because if you know Frank Ocean does what Frank Ocean wants to do on Frank Ocean. I feel like Frank Ocean has his own time zone. Like, I feel like it's never. It's never like he's trying to be like do it for like I'm gonna be late on purpose. It just happens.
There's great things, like I use this to say there's great things that comes to those who wait, and there's also greatness in time. Like, when I drop things, I don't even think about it. I'm just kind of like, all right, I just recorded a song. I want people to hear it. You know what?
Yeah.
Like, I let my spirit tell me when it's time. Like, I really do. Like, they can attest to that. Like, I'll be like, it's not time yet. Drop it tomorrow. It's not time yet. My spirit will tell me when it's time.
Your ancestors tell you.
My ancestors would tell me when it's time.
Yes.
And like, it works out for my benefit each time. And I think that's the beauty of what I'm going to continue to do. Like, and it hits people at the right time. It's not necessarily about what I wanted to drop. It's like, when does somebody need it?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like you're a public servant. Like, you make music for the heart and something people can use to help them in their healing or in their progression. And that's cool because, like I said before, it's been times where I've hit you up, it's like, you got any music? Like, I'm working on it. I'm just like, she needs to drop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can never tell an artist like when they should, especially like when you're not an artist. But as a fan, as a person who does like your music, I mean, trust me. Yeah, I be waiting on it, and then it just, when you finally do, it just happens. Yeah, it's just like it's like the rapture just comes. You know what I mean?
I got people telling me that all the time. When you gonna drop new music? When you gonna drop new music? And I'm like, I'm working on it. Yeah. And then they get mad and be like, whatever. And then when I drop it, they're like, you know what? It was worth it.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. I think people get agitated because we wonder, okay, we waiting, like it better be fire. Yeah. And then sometimes, even if it's good, if it's not to the level of anticipation, it can be a letdown. Right. But I always feel like you exceed the expectation. Girl, thank you. So it's worth it. It's like, so when I went and I listened, I was like, okay, I knew it was gonna be good, but I was like, I've been waiting. And I was like, all right, okay, she get the, okay, it was hot. All right, girl, I see what you did. Okay, I could wait next time. Just, you feel me?
Shout out to the people that have been listening, like, to it. I've been getting some great feedback off of that, so I appreciate everybody, especially you saying that. Like, trust me, because I be wondering, like, am I not dropping enough? And then I get this reassurance, and I'll be like, okay, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're dropping quality. Yes, it's quality over quantity at this point for me. I don't want to be like those people, those artists that drop like a whole mixtape every 2 months, but then they just be like, but bro, did you even bother to write a bar? Did you bother to write that bar? Like,
I feel at that point, people who do that maybe have so many songs that they have written at that point. They just feel like, I want to record them. Yeah.
But I just also feel like I don't even have that many songs. But even like when you record them like that, it's just like, is this something like that's gonna really not make me pop, but is this something that's gonna move people? Like, we get those, we know them artists that just drop and it don't leave it, don't shade, and it just be like, That was underwhelming.
That's the nicest thing you can say.
Yes.
That's the nicest thing you can say.
Underwhelming. No tea, no shade.
But I mean, yes, that's definitely, yeah, we can all agree sometimes it can be too much shopping.
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to love in the digital era, I mean, I feel like the millennial Generation Z era is the hardest to navigate the love world. I don't even gotta tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You already know.
So what have you learned when it comes to maneuvering the waters in the digital love era?
Take things as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Don't expect a you from another person.
Yeah.
Because people move different. Also, every glitter and gold ain't good, and then also what may be yours may not be exactly how you look, like how you want it to look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know for a fact I have been in situations where the significant other is nowhere near what I thought they would look like or be like, and I'm just like taken aback, and I'm like, dang, I really like you.
Yeah.
I really think you cool. Like, okay, cool, but you don't look like how I expect Prince Naveen or whatever to look like.
Yeah.
You know, like, you have to take it for what it's worth, and people are here to teach you a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think people forget. People want things to be so permanent, but every person's meant to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Whether you figure that out at the beginning or all the way at the end. It's a beautiful journey. That's the word for today. Journey.
Journey.
Yes.
and I'm glad you said that, because I think when you're young, we see all these TV shows about these long-lasting relationships
Mm-hmm.
and friendships. And as we get older, I just feel like that we learn not everybody's permanent.
Yes.
If you're lucky to have one or two permanent people, you're blessed.
Yes.
But you know, you are gonna, like you said, encounter so many people that are just there to really teach you a lesson
Yes.
or help you learn yourself.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like, enjoy the beauty of that person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I am a Taurus.
Yeah.
I am a hopeless romantic, so I love the beauty of love, and I love the beauty of another person. Like, I just love that soul searching, like, type of thing. Even with my friends, like, I tell my friends, I love you so much all the time. They just be like, girl, what you going through?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of weird, but it's like, no, like, you have to fall in love with your friends. You have to fall in love with yourself. And also, eventually, if you do decide to fall in love with the person, because sometimes love is blind, we don't choose.
Yeah.
But you have to enjoy the beauty in that.
Yes.
Even in the little things that they do or what they do.
Now I have to ask you this, because I'm a fellow Sagittarius, and we're known for being in love with love as well.
Yes.
Now, do you feel like your experiences have made you fall in love with the realism of love, or are you still the type to fall in love with the idea of being in love?
I am currently, I used to fall in love with the idea of love, but currently I am transcending into falling in love with realism and love. That love is ugly.
Yeah.
Love is hurt. Love is not always going to be easy.
Yeah.
I used to think like, okay, I get a boyfriend or I get a partner, and okay, it's gonna be so perfect.
Yeah.
And then you get in it and you're like, wait, no, we got some issues. Wait a minute.
Right.
Pause. And like, you start to fall in love with the real idea of it, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wouldn't want something picture perfect anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's always good to be realistic in whatever relationship you are in. So I do attest to that. Now, from your experience as well within the love market, what would you tell your early lovebird self?
Girl, don't take stuff so serious. Girl, don't take stuff so serious. He is not your soulmate. Stop it. Stop it. Like, stop it. And stop it. And also, another thing I would tell myself, just because they couldn't love you properly in the way you need to be loved, does not make you any less valuable of love.
That sounds like a Yama right there. I'm like, yes, that sounds like some Ayama philosophy right
I used
there.
to be like, well, he couldn't love me properly. He doesn't know my love language. He doesn't love me properly. There must be something wrong with me. And then it shows his actions. It doesn't show your worth.
Exactly.
And somebody will come along and show you your worth, even if it's for a little bit of time. They'll show you. Yeah. It's like, okay, move on.
Right. Like, move around. Now, what is next for the Neosoul Nurd movement?
Okay, so I have a show July 16th
in
Leimert Park at Bananas at KOS1 Network. I am so excited because this is my first big gig. It's in my home district, my city. I love Lamert Park, LP forever. You know, and that's the next thing. Also doing more shows and releasing more music. Like,
yeah,
I'm ready to just. I got some ideas, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, what? Like,
yes,
girl,
it's
crazy.
And I'm so happy for you. I mean, you have been performing like backyards, venues, clubs. She is not a venue snob. She'll perform in your mama's kitchen.
Yes.
Oh yes, she is definitely in love with the talent. So definitely check her out then.
Yes.
I might make my way out there. We go.
You know, gotta be out one time.
For real. Now before we get out of here, I'm gonna play a little game with you.
Okay.
It's gonna be fun. It's called Friday Flashback.
Okay.
So basically, I'm gonna give you a bunch of throwback things, and I'm gonna give you a 2-choice option. You're gonna decide whether you want the first choice or the later choice.
Okay.
Whatever floats your boat, you know.
Okay.
And wet your whistle, whatever that. Okay. First one. Best throwback hip hop dance movie. You Got Served or Step Up?
You Got Served.
I was just saying, girl. She took that pause. I was like, I mean, Step Up was cool.
They both good movies.
Yeah.
You Got Served.
Duplo Say. Yeah.
You know.
Got Duplo Say.
Got Duplo Say. The
Okay.
Little Saints.
Since you're like the hook queen, I feel like you can sing a mean hook. And also do a dope chorus. I have to ask you, 50 Cent's 21 Questions featuring Nate Dogg or Ja Rule's and Little Mo's Put It On Me?
I love Lil Mo. I'm sorry, I love Lil Mo.
What I
You let you say it is true.
Sing it for me, baby.
I think it's the one to hold me. I love that song. Like, oh, that just
I
sung to me. I used to be in the mirror just singing it to myself. But I gotta go with Ja Rule.
With your little imaginary 7-year-old babe.
Yeah, like my mom looking at me like, what you doing?
Okay. Hostess or Lil Debbie Snacks?
I like Lil Debbie.
Okay.
I wasn't really a Hostess fan. Lil Debbie moved me.
Okay, because Lil Debbie be like in everybody's house. It's cheap. You did a lot with Lil Debbie.
It hit the spot. It's special. It just hit the spot.
You ever? Okay, I used to heat up Lil Debbie Snacks.
Okay.
Did you heat them
I've
up?
been there. I've been there.
Put on for good 5-7 seconds.
You also
Yeah.
gotta try it in the summer. Like my sister used to put it in the fridge for a couple seconds and it's cold and it tastes real.
I did always
good.
love them cold.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Okay. Horror, in terms of 90s horror films, Scream or I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Scream. I am a Scream girl.
Yeah.
It's a cult classic.
I know.
It's the best Scream.
But Brandy was in like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, I know.
And she survived.
Yeah.
So like the first black person survived a
horror film. But it's like Scream is such a cult classic.
It is.
And it's so like
and it had Drew Barrymore, so I mean
yes. It's had you being like, no. No.
But it scared me though, because that was her.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for all the youngest who are going back, but it's a trip. At
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh. You'd be sitting there crying like, no, not you.
Okay. Last question. If you could be an extra on any nice TV show, but the choices are The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, or Moesha, which would it be and why?
Moesha.
Yes, I knew you was going to say that.
Moesha.
Why? Okay, I already know, but for you, why?
Because, like, she was so relatable, and that show was so relatable. That was my life.
Yes.
Like, growing up in that era, like, my older siblings, my mom,
Yes.
my dad. That was just everything. Like, and just the den. I want to be the extra in the den.
Oh, that den was lit.
I'm not worried about college Moesha because we getting into the 2000s. I'm worried about the den.
95,
The
98
poetry night,
years.
Kim doing the little, you know, like
Kim and Niecy, like we all got it.
we all got a Kim and Niecy. Like, I would love to be an extra for that.
But
Reboot.
yes,
Reboot.
please.
Reboot.
Okay, R.I.P. Hakeem.
Man.
Yeah. But in like the 90s spectrum, like I just wanted like a guy like Hakeem. Like
Yes.
Hakeem was like that guy friend.
Okay,
you know?
funny thing.
Yeah.
We know she had on Haji, she had Q. I always had a crush on Hakeem, and I used to really be like in the beginning, like, why you don't choose Hakeem, bro? That boy is fine, like, dang. And then she eventually chose him. I was so happy. I was like, yes, she got it. I don't know if she heard my prayers, but she got it.
Right.
That's back when I couldn't separate TV from people, y'all.
For real. Who was my favorite of her boyfriends? Okay, I had to think on Aaron.
Yeah.
I liked Aaron. And then Usher.
Usher.
But in terms of her long-term boyfriends, it probably had to be, I don't know, looking back, like I like Q, but then looking back on their relationship, Nah.
He wasn't it.
Yeah.
He wasn't hitting the way he needed to be hitting.
Yeah.
Like,
so the best, I think, match for her had to be Hakeem.
It had to be Hakeem.
Yes.
Hakeem is just, he's enough, like, for you.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetie pie. And it's like, oh, like.
And he's smart, too.
And he's smart.
Yeah.
And funny and goofy. Like, who wouldn't want that? Q was just kind of very, to me, always was selfish with her.
Yes.
And selfish about himself. Like, he
Yes.
didn't want to fully give himself to her. He only wanted to give her what he wanted to give her.
For real.
And I was like, no way.
I feel like we should start a movement. Find you Hakeem.
Find you hashtag.
Find you Hakeem.
I'm going to tweet that. I'm going to tweet this as we're over.
Right. After the
Find you
show.
Hakeem in a world full of Q's.
Yeah.
In a world full of Q's.
Oh my gosh, I love having you. You are so fun. We can talk all day about Motion. You probably will after the show.
Yes.
But this has been an episode of the Chocolate Diva Talk Show. Before we get up out of here, how can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Neosoul Nurd. Everything on my handles is Neosoul Nurd, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music. So just follow me at Neosoul Nurd, Nurd. And, you know, I hope you guys just join the flower buds.
Yes. Be a flower bud. Make flower buds.
Yes.
If you ready. I had to put that disclaimer out there. If you're ready, don't go around saying, yeah, the Chocolate Diva was like, we gotta make these flower buds.
Yeah, but they flower buds.
No. If you're ready, but you can find me as always on Instagram at simply the Chocolate Diva. You can find me on Twitter. That was Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at Angelica CC Diva, and on YouTube at Angelica Cheyenne, our darkest shade of brown. We're gonna get out of here with Manifesto by Neosoul Nurd. It has been
It's been
poppin'.
such a pleasure. I love coming here.
Yeah, come back anytime. Bring whoever, whatever. Girl, it's gonna be lit. And check her out at her next performance.
Yes.
Where is that? One more time.
It's going to be on July 16th, a Tuesday at KOS1 Network for Bananas. So
yes. Go bananas. See her and go bananas.
Go Bananas.
Okay, don't bring her bananas, but go bananas. Bring her something else. It's not bananas.
Flowers.
Flowers. Y'all have a beautiful weekend, and I'll be back once again. This has been the Chocolate Diva Talk Show with me, Angelica Cheyenne, a.k.a. the Chocolate Diva.
I'm fed up, I'm disgusted. I made up my mind, you're not to be trusted. You were the right one,